Hey everybody, welcome back to Ride It, Wrench It. You've probably seen a lot of videos about walkarounds on the new bikes. You know, I mean, it's been 7 years since I've had a new bike. So I'm not going to go into great details. This is really just kind of an archive for me and be able to look back on from the stock state to where it's going to end up as I continue to do work on the motorcycle. So let's go ahead and just do a quick walkthrough of some of the differences between going all the way back to 2015, which was my old bike, and the new 2022 that I'm riding today. All right guys, so the big change really between this bike and my 2015 is the engine, of course. My 2015 was a 107 cubic inch displacement. This is the, it was a twin cam. This is the new Milwaukee 8, 114 inch cubic displacement, which is single cam. The other big thing about this engine is that it is a balanced engine. Before the Milwaukee 8, the dual cam, they were not balanced, so you'd have a lot of the shaking in the handlebars, and this actually feels, when I get on it and start it, feels like my wife's Softail Deluxe when she had it, because those were balanced engines. All right, it's got 49-inch front forks. The oil cooler is quite a bit bigger than the 2015 I had. Now this one's the Redline Red, and it's with the blacked out package. I think that's all the Redline Reds come in, is with the blackout. The engine guards is actually something I don't like. They went with the little stubby ones instead of the full ones. I like to put lowers on the motorcycle, and I can't put lowers on it with those. So that's probably going to be something I'm going to change out, because I want to be able to put lowers on it at a later time. It comes with the extended saddlebags, which is kind of nice. It gives it a nice look. The shift lever, it's still got the tag on it. That's how new this is, guys. I really haven't done anything. I rode it home from the dealership when I bought it, and it's been in the garage ever since. I haven't ridden it. Cardiologist hasn't released me to ride yet. But the shifter, it's a single shift lever. It doesn't have the heel shifter. And I like the heel shifter. I used mine all the time. But when I was asking about why they did away with it, apparently Harley did some surveys and found out that the majority of riders never used the heel shifter, so they could save money by just removing it and putting a single one on there. I mean, I get it if that's how it really came about to being, but I personally like the heel shifter. I don't know if I'll put a heel shifter on it. It's not at my top list of priorities, obviously. But we'll see. All right, a big change was they did away with the hydraulic clutch. There were some issues with the hydraulic clutches. They had piston issues. Sometimes the pistons in them would rust in the master cylinder and the hydraulic clutch wouldn't function. I never had any issues with my hydraulic clutch, but I knew people that did. And I think there was like 8 recalls on the clutch, during its lifetime. But the other thing about the cable clutch that I do like over the hydraulic is it is adjustable. So depending on your ride style, you can give yourself some play that you could not do in a hydraulic clutch. I mean, it just wasn't possible. And if you were clutching a lot, say like rodeo riders, they're always on the clutch because they're riding that friction zone. That was hard on the hands after a while, because rodeo riders like to set it up to where the friction zone's way back here, and they just have a little tiny bit of pull to be able to engage and disengage the clutch. So it's not a bad move. I don't mind going back to a cable clutch. I think it was a good move on Harley's part. All right, one of the other things that I really like is the angled valve stem. Makes it a whole lot easier to air up the tires. On this bike I've got traction control and hill assist. So traction control is activated by this little button right here. It says TC. When you push it, you'll see the little rain cloud that comes up. That's for wet conditions, wet roads. And then push it again, it goes back to normal. You can disable it by pushing and holding that button for, I think it's 2 seconds. Okay, and like I said, I haven't been riding it. I can't yet. That's okay. I'm gonna work on it. is I'm sitting at 25 miles. I rode it home from the dealership. I put about 12 miles on it to get home, and that was it. Felt good on the road. Can't wait to get it out and really use the thing. Last thing I want to talk about is the position of the fuel cap. I like filling the tank on this side. That's how Margaret's Softail was. When the fill position's in the center, in order to get a really full tank, you have to lift the bike up level and then fill it. So you're holding onto the bike and trying to manhandle the pump at the same time. With this, I mean, especially when you turn the handlebars, you can see it's upright now. So you get a more full, a better fill at the gas pump than you did with it in the center. All right, everybody, so that's about it. Those are just some of the basic things that they've changed in the last 7 years since I've got a new bike. Pretty excited about all the changes they've made. I think they were good. They were practical changes, and I like that. So now we have a reference point of the stock bike with 25 miles on it. Next video from here that we're going to have is we're going to start the process of handlebars, which I told you about that in my previous video. As always, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And the new website will be rolling out pretty soon. And at that point, you can visit rideitwrenchit.com.